Hey Lorain County sports fans, welcome back to Diamond Chat. It is the season premiere as we dive into all things Lorain County High School baseball and softball. I am your host, Rocco Nushi. Behind the camera, it is Kristen Bauer. And a huge thank you goes out to First Federal Savings of Lorain for sponsoring Diamond Chat once again this season. So obviously the season got started a couple of weeks ago. Spring sports here in Northeast Ohio, always kind of wonky with the weather, changing schedules and everything like that. So we wait until now to get the season premiere of this show underway. And before we dive into things, as you can see right here in my hand, it is the Forecast Magazine Spring Edition. Make sure you pick this up. Kristen did a fantastic job on this thing along with myself and Ed Betzel. So make sure you stop by the studios of WEOL or the Chronicle Telegram. Pick up a free Forecast Magazine while supplies last. High school team previews are in here. A Guardians schedule and preview. Lake Erie Crushers schedule and preview is in here as well. Everything you need to know about spring sports basically in the area right here in this Forecast Magazine. So let's get things started on the high school trail. We'll start with softball, as where else do you start with Lorain County High School softball? Keystone. Those Wildcats dangerously good once again this year, now led by first-year head coach and middle school principal Gina Gibson. She's doing a fantastic job as Coach Gibson. Keystone right now 11-0 in overall, 6-0 in conference. And we got to start with Delaney Peters because she has been absolutely dynamite on the mound. We know she's a heck of a basketball player, but you don't want to go up against her in the circle, I should say. I know Marissa McNeese would not be a fan of me calling it the mound. The circle, Delaney Peters has been dang near unstoppable on. She had a 5-inning perfect game against Firelands back at the start of this month, and earlier this week on Tuesday, she had a 5-inning no-hitter against those same Falcons, and she only walked 2 in what was a 18-0 win. So Delaney's been lights out again from the circle, a 1.15 ERA, over 100 strikeouts, and only 17 walks on the season so far for Delaney. Offensively, they're led by first baseman Madison Scott. She's got a .457 batting average, 6 extra base hits, 18 RBIs, and how about third baseman Hannah Gurich? They're swinging it well on the corners over there at Keystone. She's been outstanding as well as Hannah, a .381 batting average, 3 home runs and 16 RBIs to her name. So Keystone right now looking like the top of the class once again in the Lorain County League. Not a huge surprise there. Let's jump over to the SWC where North Ridgeville and the Lady Rangers had a very good season last year. They bring a lot of kids back once again for this season, and they're off to a really nice start. 6-letter winners to be precise, returning from last year's team. Haven't lost since the opener to Amherst, and they are led by senior and Youngstown State commit Autumn Belke, batting over 700 on the season already. That's just ridiculous right there. 1 home run, 11 RBIs to her name, so Autumn swinging the bat very, very well. And how about sophomore Naomi Bottomley swinging it well too? A .556 batting average, a pair of extra base hits for her, and those two have been very good from the circle as well. They do the bulk of the pitching for North Ridgeville, so they're doing it from the circle, they're doing it in the batter's box, they're just doing it all over the field, really. So fantastic efforts right now from Autumn Belke and Naomi Bottomley for North Ridgeville. From the circle, they're both at about a 1.6 ERA, 72 total strikeouts combined, and opposing hitters are just sporting a 177 batting average against those two. So very, very nice stuff over there in North Ridgeville. And right behind them in the SWC, Amherst, they're off to a really hot start as well under Coach Lacey Reichert. But Sierra Dorbeck from the circle, she's been outstanding in 10 games, a 2.85 ERA, 42 strikeouts. Leah Sprague has helped her out as well from the circle, a 1.25 ERA for her in 5 outings. So those two combined have really led the charge as far as the pitching goes for Amherst. And then offensively, Kristen Kelly and Lacey Stottlemyre, they've been terrific so far this season, both with batting averages over 400, a combined 24 RBIs, and elsewhere in that lineup for Amherst, they've got a number of girls who have a batting average over 300. So they're a very tough team to beat right now. And again, I think the SWC race may very well come down to those two at the end of the season. But of course, we'll see how this year continues to go. Over on the baseball side of things, we'll start in the Lorain County League again here. And it's Firelands off to a really nice start. 7-0 in conference play after a 0-3 start overall. So Firelands gunning for that Lorain County League title this year. Of course, Black River, the defending champions. But again, Firelands earlier this week had a ridiculous comeback against Keystone. They were down 9 to the Wildcats, but they rallied for an 18-16 win. And Corey Ransom has been pretty much unstoppable, hitting-wise. He's got a .652 batting average already so far this season. Leads the team in that department, so Corey's been swinging it very well. Chris Radman, again, another basketball player that transitions very nicely onto the diamond. He's got a .345 average. Nico Gottis right behind him at .325, and Liam Varndell is at a 323 batting average. They got a number of guys who can hurt you in that Falcons lineup. And then on the mound, Nate Draga really pitching well so far this season, a .43 ERA for Nate. So Fireland's very, very tough to beat here in the early going. They're set to have a nice matchup with Black River this week. So, team at the top of the Lorain County League right now, and Fireland's taking on the defending champions Black River. That should be a lot of fun this week, no doubt about it. And then over in the SWC, North Ridgeville on the boys' side, they're playing good softball and baseball, folks. They're 6-1 in conference play, 8-3 overall, and they're led by Gavin Paget, who's got a 500 batting average, 18 runs driven in already this season, or 3 runs driven in. But they've got a number of other guys who can really hurt you in that lineup as well. Xavier Compton, Gannon Paget, Brendan Gipper, and Carson Yetzi are all very, very dangerous whenever they step into the box. How about a combined 13 steals for the Paget brothers? So, they can play the small ball too. Get them in, get them on, get them over, get them in. That's what North Ridgeville's been doing this year. And how about Jake Boyner? He's been fantastic on the mound so far through a 12 strikeout complete game earlier this week in a 12-1 win over Elyria. So North Ridgeville looking very dangerous in the SWC, no doubt about it. And they've got a number of guys who can step on the bump as well. I know sometimes in the high school ranks, you only get one, maybe two guys on a roster who can really deliver for you on the mound. Not the case for North Ridgeville. They got 3, 4, 5 guys who can really hurt you whenever they step onto the mound. So how about the return of the College Corner? I know we did this for basketball season, but we want to bring it back for Diamond Chat as well. College Corner, where we take a look at a former Lorain County star or standout and see what they're doing collegiately now. And how about one third of our cover folks here for the Forecast magazine, half of Lorain County Miss Softball, Annika Bradell from Elyria Catholic. What a career she had here, by the way. So big shout out to Annika for what she did for that Panther softball program. But now she's at the University of Findlay. They're 26-11 on the season, playing some very good softball right now. And a lot of that is because of Annika. She's got a 327 batting average, 23 runs driven in, 15 extra base hits, 4 home runs. So she's picking up right where she left off at the high school level, now at the collegiate level, again at the University of Findlay. Big shout out to Annika Bradell from Elyria Catholic, the focus of this week's College Corner. So what's coming up this week on WEOL and elsewhere, even outside of what we're going to be broadcasting on WEOL? As I told you, I kind of get you through the weekend. We start at 10 a.m. I'll have the call with Jared Kozar from Lorain as Keystone takes on the Titans. And then at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we change to softball as Vermilion will be at Avon Lake. So again, a doubleheader Saturday on WEOL. Keystone is at Lorain for baseball, 10 o'clock a.m. start, I should say. And then Vermilion at Avon Lake softball at 1 p.m. Should be a great weekend for baseball, no question. So that'll pretty much do it for this week. Again, excited to be back for another year of Diamond Chat. For Kristen Bauer behind the camera, I'm Rocco Nushi. Again, this has been Diamond Chat from First Federal Savings of Lorain.